Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. Today we are going to learn the divisibility rule. That means some rule is there so that without actually performing the division, we can say whether the given number is divisible by certain number or not. Certain number means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like etc. We will learn the rule up to 12 in this video. So let's discuss the divisibility rule by 2 first. So what the rule says, if its units place is divisible by 2, then the number will be divisible by 2. That is, a number is divisible by 2 if its unit digit is divisible by 2. For example, we have taken one example here, 125976, that is 1,25,976. Here the unit place digit is 6, so which is a even number or which is divisible by 2. So we can conclude from here that the whole number will be divisible by 2. Only observing the units place number which is divisible by 2, we can conclude that the whole number is divisible by 2. This is the divisibility rule for 2. And in the similar way, the divisibility rule for 4, it says that if the number formed by the last 2 digits of the given number is divisible by 4, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. For example, we have taken here 5,69,472. It's a very big number, and where the last 2 digit is 72. The number forming by the last 2 digit is 72, and 72 is divisible by 4. So the whole number will be divisible by 4. Let's check whether the number is actually divisible by 4 or not. So if I divide it by 4, 4 ones are 4, so 1 carry, 1 16, 4 fours are 16, then 9 will come, 4 twos are 8, 1 will be the remainder, 1 4 14 will come here, so 14 4 3s are 12, so again 2 will come remainder, 2 7 27 will come, so 27 4 7s are 4 6 are 24, and 3 will come here, 3 to 32, so 4 8s are 32. So definitely it will go by 4, as the last 2 digit is divisible by 4. Similarly, in the similar way, the divisibility rule for 8, it says that if the number formed by its last 3 digit is divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8. Let's check for this one. Here 608 is divisible by 8, so the whole number will be divisible by 8. Okay, so these are the 3 rules: divisible by 2, 4, 8. So we have seen that these 2, 4, 8 are of same type. That's why we have discussed this one at first. 2, 4, 8. They are of same type. For divisibility rule for 2, only the last digit, that is the unit place, we will check it's divisible by 2 or not. For divisibility rule by 4, only the last 2 digit we will check whether the number formed by the last 2 digit is divisible by 4 or not. For divisibility rule by 8, we will check the last 3 digit whether they are divisible by 8 or not. If it is divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8, otherwise not. Now let's come to the divisibility rule by 3. The rule says if the sum of the digits of the given number is divisible by 3, then the whole number will be divisible by 3. So what the rule says, that the digital sum of the digits. So what are the sum of the digits? 2 plus 1 plus 7 plus 0 plus 9 plus 5. So we will be adding the digits. 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 7 10, 10 plus 9 19, 19 plus 5 it's 24. and 24 is divisible by 3. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, yes, obviously it is divisible by 3. So the whole number will be divisible by 3. It is obviously divisible by 3 because the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So this is the rule, divisibility by 3. And in a similar way, divisibility by 9, the rule says if the sum of the digit is divisible by 9, then it is called, the number will be divisible by 9. So let's check. 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6. So how much it is? It is 7 plus 3, 10. 10 plus 8, that is 18. Obviously 18 is divisible by 9. So the whole number will be divisible by 9. 7326. We don't need to divide it actually. Just we will be adding the digits and the addition is coming 18, which is obviously divisible by 9. So we will be concluding that the given number itself is divisible by 9. Next, the divisibility rule is coming for 5. So the rule says if a number has to be divisible by 5, then the units place digit should be either 5 or 0. So it's very easy, the divisibility rule for 5. The units place digit should be either 5 or 0. If it is anything else, then it is not divisible by 5. And if it is either 5 or 0, then it will be divisible by 5. Like 7395. Obviously, this number will be divisible by 5 because the units place digit is 5. Again, 8980. The last digit is 0. So obviously, it will be divisible by 5. Similarly, the divisibility rule for 10 is unit place digit should be 0 only. That means 8980 will be divisible by 10 also. But the first one, 7395, will not be divisible by 10 because the unit place digit is not 0. The next rule is coming, divisibility rule by 6. The rule says if the given number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. So there is no separate rule for 6. Just if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3, so we will be checking the divisibility rule for 2 and divisibility rule for 3. If both of them holds for this number, then it will be divisible by 6. Let's check for these examples. 68,370. So the last unit place digit is 0. Obviously it is divisible by 2. So it will be divisible by 2. Divisible by 2. And the sum of the digit, let's find. 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7 plus 0. So how much it is? 6 plus 8, that is 14. 14 plus 3, 17. 17 plus 3, it is 24. So which is divisible by 3 obviously. So it is divisible by 3. So the whole number will be divisible by 3. So the given number is divisible by both 2 and 3. That means the given number will be divisible by 6. This is the divisibility rule for 6. Now divisibility by 12, it says that if the number is divisible by both 3 and 4, then the number is divisible by 12 itself. So let's check this one. Last two digit is 74, which is obviously divisible by 4. So it is divisible by 4. It's checked. And let's check the sum of the digit, whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So 6 plus 8, again 14. 14 plus 4, that is 18. 18 plus 7, 25. 25 plus 2, it is 27. 27 is obviously again divisible by 3. So the whole number is also divisible by 3. That means the given number is divisible by both 4 and 3, and that is the number is divisible by 12 also. So these are the divisibility rules for up to 12. Only 7 and 11 is left out. So let's discuss that 7 and 11 now. let's understand the divisibility by 7 with an example. Let's take the same example that we have taken for 12. 68,472. Without dividing it by 7, we have to check whether the number is divisible by 7 or not. So, what the rule says, we have to split at the units place. We will split the number. So, after splitting up to the tens place, the number thus formed is 6,847. From this one, I will be subtracting the twice of this units place digit. Twice of this units place digit. So 2 to the 4, 4 I will be subtracting. What I am getting? 6,843. If this number is divisible by 7, then the whole number will be divisible by 7. Now, again there is a confusion that the resultant number, if it is divisible by 7 or not. So again we will perform the same case. We will be splitting at the units place, and double of the units place digit we will be subtracting from the rest of the number. 684 minus 3 to the 6. So 684 minus 6 is equals to 678. So 678, if it is divisible by 7, then the previous one will be divisible by 7. And if the previous one is divisible by 7, then the given number will be divisible by 7. So again there is a confusion that whether 678 is divisible by 7 or not. So again we will perform the same operation. We will split at the units place, and 8 to the 16 we will be subtracting from 67. So if we say subtract 16 from 67, what we are getting? 51. Now we can decide whether 51 is divisible by 7 or not. And we know that 7 sevens are 49. So 51 is not divisible by 7. And if it is not divisible by 7, so the preceding number before that subtraction what we have got, that is also not divisible by 7. And then that before that what we have got, that is also not divisible by 7. And hence the given number is also not divisible by 7. Now the divisibility rule for 11, it says that the difference of the sums of the digits in odd place and the sum of the even place is either 0 or divisible by 11, then the number will be divisible by 11. So what is that? What the rule says, let's understand it with an example. We have taken 2,80,929 and we have named the places. We have numbered the places. This one is units place digit is numbered as 1, and the next one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 digits are there. So we have numbered the digits with the natural numbers. So the odd place digit means first place, third place, fifth place. Sum of that digits. What is the sum of odd place digits? Sum of odd place digits, not the odd numbers, it's odd place digits is equals to 9 plus 9 plus 8, because 9 is there in the first place, that is odd place, third place is an odd place, 9 is there, and fifth place is an odd place, so 8 is there. So what is the sum? 9 plus 9 18, 18 plus 8, so it is 26. Now, the sum of the even place digit, if you find, sum of even place digit, not the even digits, even place digits is equals to, so the even places are second place, fourth place and sixth place. These are called the even place, and the digits are 2, 0 and 2. So the sum will be 2 plus 0 plus 2, that is 4. So what is the difference? Difference is 26 minus 4, that is 22. The difference is 22, which is divisible by 11, obviously. So the whole number will be divisible by 11. The given number will be divisible by 11. So this is the divisibility rule for 11. Now let's discuss some general properties of divisibility. First property says that if a number is divisible by another number, then it is divisible by each of the factor of that number. So for example, if I choose a number 114 and let's take a number 6 and 114 is divisible by 6. So 114 will be divisible by both the factors of 6, that is 3 and 2. 6 has two factors, 3 and 2. So 114 also will be divisible by 3 and 2. And the next property says that if a number is divisible by each of the two or more co-prime numbers, then it is divisible by their product also. So, for example, if I take a number 252 and it is divisible by 3 as well as it is divisible by 4. Okay, so and 3 and 4, these two numbers are co-prime numbers. So 252 will be divisible by the product of that two factors, that is 3 and 4. So 352 will be divisible by 12. But here is one restriction, that the numbers has to be co-prime. For example, 72 is also divisible by 6 and 8. But it cannot be divisible by 48. 6 8s are 48. It cannot be divisible by the product of them because 6 and 8 are not co-prime. Now, the next property says if a number is a factor of two given numbers, then it is the factor of their sum also. For example, let's take 35 is divisible by 5 and 85 is also the divisible of 5. So, a number is a factor of two given numbers. The two given number is 35 and 85 and 5 is the factor of that. So 5 will be the factor for their sum also. The sum of 35 and 85 is 120 and 5 will be the factor for that sum. And the last property says if a number is a factor of two given numbers, then it is a factor of their difference. So similar to the property 3, this time it is just for the difference. So let's take 819, it is divisible by 3 and 405, it is also divisible by 3. So the difference of these two numbers 819 and 405, which is 414, will also be divisible by 3. And you can verify that using the divisibility rule of 3, and you know the divisibility rule now for 3. Now the next is we have to check whether a given number is prime or not. And let's take an example 137. So we have to check whether 137 is prime or not. So how to check whether a number is prime or not? The definition says a number, if it has only two divisors, that is 1 and the number itself, then it is called a prime number. So it should not have any other divisors other than 1 and itself. So how to check? So all the numbers less than 137 I should check, but is it possible? Never it is possible. So what we will do? We will follow a process. We will find a square number just greater than the given number. So we are finding that 12 square, that is 144, is just greater than the 137, our given number. So 12 square is greater than 137, which is our given number. So what we will do? We will check the divisibility of this 137 by the prime numbers less than 12. So what are the prime numbers are there less than 12? 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. So only these 5 prime numbers are there less than 12. So we will be checking that whether 137 is divisible by these 5 prime numbers or not. If we get any of them is a divisor of this 137, then we will call that 137 is not prime. And if we get none of these prime numbers is divisible, is a divisor of this given 137 given number, so we will be calling this number as a prime number. So once again we understand the process. Let's take another example, that is 353. 353. So we have to take a square number which is just greater than 353. We are getting 19 square, which is 361, which is just greater than 353. So we will be checking the prime numbers less than 19. So what are the prime numbers less than 19? Again 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. These are the prime numbers less than 19. So only by these 7 numbers we will be checking whether 353 is divisible or not. If any one of them divides this 353, then this given number is not prime. If none of them divides this 353, then we will be calling this 353 is a prime number. And to check the given number whether it is divisible by these prime numbers or not, we will be using the divisibility rules for these prime numbers. So let's check this one, 353, whether it is divisible by 2 or not. You see, the last unit place digit is not even, it is 3, which is not divisible by 2. So by 2 it will not be divisible. Next, by 3, so sum of the digit you find 3 plus 5 it is 8, 8 plus 3 it is 11. 11 is not divisible by 3. So by 3 the number will not be divisible. Last digit is not 5, neither 5 nor 0. So by 5 it is not divisible. Then 7, 11 and 13 and 17 we have to check. Now let's check whether the number 353 is divisible by 7 or not. So for the divisibility by 7 we have to truncate the unit place digit, and from the remaining part we have to subtract the twice of that unit digit, that is 2 3 is 6. So if we subtract that 6 from 35, what we are getting, that is 29, and obviously 29 is not divisible by 7. So 353 will not be divisible by 7. So by 7 it is not divisible. Next it is coming by 11. So again let's check. We will be adding the even place digits and odd place digits separately, and we will be finding the difference between that two sums. So odd place digits are first place is 3 and the second place digit also, third place digit also 3. So sum of the odd place digit is 9, and from there only one even place digit is there, that is 5. So if we subtract that, it should be either 0 or 11 or the multiple of 11, but nothing is this one. 4 is neither 0 nor the multiple of 11, so it is not divisible by 11. Now next we have to check by 13 and by 17. So we don't know the divisibility rule for these two. So you can perform the division for this, or you can learn the divisibility rule for 13 and 17 here with this video, though it is not in your syllabus. So for the divisibility rule by 13, what we will be doing, 353, from there we will be separating the units place digit, and in case of 7 we have multiplied it by 2 and then we have subtracted from the remaining part. And this time for 13, what we will be doing, from the remaining part we will be adding, with the remaining part we will be adding the 4 times multiple of that unit place. So we will be multiplying it by 4 and then we will be adding it with the remaining part. 4 is a 12, so 12 plus 35, how much it is? It is 47. Now if this number is divisible by 13, then the complete number, the given number, will be divisible by 13. So 47 is not divisible by 13, so the given number is also not divisible by 13. Now by 17 also there is a rule, divisibility rule for 17, and this is also similar type. Again we will be splitting at the units place, and this time for checking the divisibility by 17 we will be multiplying the units place by 5, and again we will be subtracting from the remaining part. So 3 into 5 we will be subtracting from the remaining part, that is 35 minus 15, and it is 20, which is not divisible by 17. So the given number is also not divisible by 17. So we have checked that no other prime divisors are there less than 19 for 353. That means there will be no other divisor for 353 other than 1 and the number itself. That means the 353 is a prime number. In case of 137, there also we will get none of the 5 numbers will divide 137. So it is also a prime number.